call with President Biden and Prime Minister Netanyahu. Of course, today we saw Secretary of State Blinken say that, warn again even more about a military operation into Rafah, and yet we saw Netanyahu say that they are prepared to do it alone. So are we to understand that President Biden has just lost all of his sway here?
I would also note that Prime Minister Netanyahu said he recognizes there's a debate about Rafah. I would also note that the Israeli government will be sending a delegation here in coming days to talk to us from in an interagency perspective about some viable options and alternatives to a major ground operation. President and Prime Minister Netanyahu just spoke a few days ago, and they will speak again, no question about it. We've not shied away from expressing our concerns to them, and they have not refused to listen. And there have been examples in the past, I've gone through it from the podium, where they have actually taken on board the advice and counsel we provided.
So you're convinced that you have some reason to believe that you can still convince them to change course?
We are going to share with them our lessons, our perspectives. We're going to share with them some alternatives about how they can eliminate the threat of Hamas in Gaza, particularly in the Rafah area, without conducting a major ground offensive. As you heard Secretary Blinken say today, we still believe that a major ground offensive is a mistake.
But while he was on the ground, Netanyahu still said again that they are prepared to do it alone. If you guys have a disagreement this big, is that grounds to consider withholding military aid?
They're coming here, hopefully next week, it looks like, to have a discussion about viable options. Why don't we have that discussion, see where that takes us before we leap to conclusions? I would add a couple of things. Yes, we saw what the Prime Minister said, and he should speak to his comments to the Israeli people. That's for him to talk to. But we haven't seen him go into Rafah, have we? They haven't conducted a major ground offensive yet. So we believe there's still still time and space to have these discussions and to share with them what we've learned.
What will make this?
No, go ahead. No, I was just saying we don't have
this meeting next week a success, John, between the United States and Israel.
We're not putting benchmarks on it, Steve. We're looking forward to the opportunity to have a delegation here from Israel to share some of our thinking about viable alternatives, and we'll see where it goes from there.
If Netanyahu comes to speak to Congress, would the president take the opportunity to meet with him while he's here?
I couldn't answer that question since we don't have a visit by Prime Minister Netanyahu to speak to. I would just note that these two guys have known each other a long time, and they're speaking frequently.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like our videos and hit the bell icon to stay updated with the latest.